Ma, the more I got to thinking about this whole situation where everybody wants me to be upfront and honest about this pregnancy, the more I got to thinking, I don't have to go down alone, you know? Nate, what are you even talking about? You need to be worrying about this speech that you finna give this whole family. That's what you need to be worried about instead of talking in riddles. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about right now. Oh, don't get me wrong. There will be a speech. It just won't be the speech that everybody's expecting me to say. What are you talking about? So I talked to Auntie yesterday, and I'm thinking that maybe we can come to a resolve. Maybe, I can persuade her into holding this secret and, not making it be what she's trying to make it be. She refused. And so I know information about her that she doesn't want anybody to know. So I'm about to spill the beans. Spill what beans? What are you even talking about right now? Just get to the point. Why are you making this a big mystery? Well, I'll just give you a hint. Do you remember when John came and slid that note under the door and he said he's going to tell this big family secret and no one knew what this family secret was about? Even Auntie, even though she was panicking the most out of everybody? Yes. I mean, I did think that was weird. Yeah, it was very weird, right? Yeah, because the secret has something to do with her, and I know it. What do you think you know? Please don't piss me off. Now, Ma, before I tell you this secret, hear me. I'm not lying. I'm telling you the 100% truth. I promise you. I done already talked to Auntie, and I done already told her, that if this secret gets out, it just is what it is. And she was like, well, if you tell anybody the secret, I'll just deny it. Who do you think they'll believe, you or me? So I'm hoping, as my mother, you'll stick next to me and actually believe this. Girl, what's going on? What is it? Well, all right. A couple years ago when grandma passed away and, everybody was so sad and everybody was, trying to figure out how the funeral was going to get paid and this, that. And, you know, Auntie kept on saying, like, she didn't leave us any money. She didn't have insurance. Whole time, grandma did have insurance. And Auntie took all of the money. She took over $100,000 and didn't share it. She was supposed to split it between you and Auntie KK. And she didn't. She kept it all to herself. Made y'all raise up all the money for the funeral, starting GoFundMe's, this, that. When whole time she left and walked away with $100,000 and didn't tell nobody. Okay, and how do you know all of this exactly? Like, I'm just not understanding. I'm sorry. Are you sure it's $100,000? You know what? And I'm glad you asked. You do realize me and grandma, we was like this. She always told me, and I think it's because I was younger and she really couldn't put certain things in my name. She had to put it in somebody else's name. And at that time, Auntie was, I guess, the most trusted out of all of us or out of all of y'all. And so she told me that she had a policy and she put it in Auntie's name. That way, whenever she passed away, Auntie can delegate everything like jewelry, money, houses, cars, all of that. She didn't tell y'all this. She kept all of that to herself. Sold the house, everything. Wow. And when it was time to sell Mama house, she told us that the state was taken over because it was abandoned and it had to be taken care of. So she said that the state sold it. This is unbelievable. I bet she did say the state took it. Nah, Auntie took it. And Auntie then came up off of that house. So she then came up 100,000 plus what that house was worth. Auntie came up on y'all and y'all didn't have a clue. May, why did you keep this from me for so long? Well, I mean, at the end of the day, we family. And I thought that, her secret was safe with me. My secret was safe with her, but it's not. And I just felt like, why am I having to go down and be open and honest about something? And she's not even willing to be open and honest about something, It didn't make sense. So I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, if I'm going to be honest, baby, you finna be honest too. And you finna have to cough up some type of money. She sure do got to cough up some money. Now, are you sure? Nay, are you sure your grandma told you this? Trust me, I remember. And I didn't say anything because back then I really couldn't grasp or understand what was really going on as a kid. But yeah, Auntie did y'all the worst way. She owe y'all more than just me staying over here for free. She got some explaining to do to me and KK. Yeah, handle that. And if you need my backup, you let me know. I'll show come with receipts, baby. I'm good. I don't need no backup. Child, girl, get on. That doggone Teresa. $100,000? She really played us. Hey sis, how you doing? How did you get in my house? I just let myself in. Is that okay? Well, alrighty then. I'm good. I don't think I want to ask you how you doing though. You probably should be asking me how I'm doing so I could tell you I'm doing horrible. Oh God, what's done happened now? So I just had a conversation with Nay. And, we know Nay is in this big trouble, in this big mess down there at Teresa's house. Why did she just tell me she been keeping this big old secret from Teresa? Please, God, ask me what the secret is. Jesus, what's the secret? Well, you know what? Before you ask, you remember when Mama passed away and, me and you pretty much had to come out of pocket for the funeral because Teresa was acting broke and, we started a GoFundMe. We sold this car, we sold that car just to make sure that Mama went home the right way, right? You remember that? Yeah, I remember. That was a very traumatic time for all of us. Well, at least the both of us. Like, imagine having to scrape up that much money in a short period of time. That was a time to be alive, baby. Tell me why we didn't even have to do all that. What was it? I'm gonna need you to elaborate just a little bit more on this. So apparently Mama left Teresa with over $100,000 worth of insurance money. And instead of Teresa putting that money towards the funeral and all of her arrangements, she pocketed all the money and just made it seem like she didn't have no money. And we need to start GoFundMe's and sell this and that just to make ends meet at the end of the day. You are lying to me. There is no way, Brittney. I'm telling you, I had a conversation with Nay and she spilled the beans about everything. And it's only because Nay is in this pickle with telling the whole family that she wasn't pregnant. And, she was holding that, I'm guessing, as blackmail with Teresa. And Teresa just wasn't going for it. And so she just figured, why not just tell me? If she was going to go down with something, why not bring somebody down with her? Wait, she not pregnant? KK, at this point, it don't even matter. Your sister took $100,000 that was supposed to be split amongst all of us. And then not even that, KK. Mama's house, you remember she was telling us that the state had to sell it and, we didn't have any access to the house. And so it was the state's at that point, right? Right. Wrong. Apparently, Mama left the house in Teresa's name as well. So she sold the house and pocketed that money too. So she has probably over $200,000 worth of money, and we haven't seen any of it. And she was supposed to delegate. And we know for sure this is true. I'm telling you, it's true. I haven't seen solid proof evidence that this is true. But this, you gotta admit, this is something Teresa would do. I could see her lying about something like that just so that she could pocket. I mean, think about the house she got. Think about the things, the cars that she has, the jewelry that she has. She done came up and here we are in debt. This is low for Teresa. I can't even believe this. I can't believe it either. I can't even wrap my mind around the fact that you had all of this money and Mama trusted you to be the responsible one and delegate between all of us after, of course, the funeral was paid for. But instead of you delegating and making sure the funeral was taken care of, you decided to pocket all the money and made it seem like you was just broke, like you couldn't contribute to the funeral and making it seem like Mama didn't have insurance. We done started a GoFundMe, put it all on Facebook, let all them folks on Facebook know all our business. For what? So that you could pocket $100,000 and then plus the money on top of the house. I'm done. I'm done with Teresa. And y'all still having to live with her during this time. And see, that's the thing. Like, yeah, we in a situation where we can't really go back. And so like, I'm having to stay with her right now. And KK, I don't know how I'm going to be able to just look the other way with this. Like, we're going to have to confront her. Oh, I was planning on confronting her the second that you told me what was happening. Baby, she owe me money. Well, I'm glad we on the same page when you want to do it. I mean, I can do next week sometime if you want some time to process everything. Well, you know what? Scratch that, because she done set up a meeting tonight for my baby to tell the whole family that she wasn't pregnant. So how about instead of that taking place, you pop up and we bombard her? How about that? Because she finna tell us what happened to this $100,000. And now Nate, she done already told me that she was gonna try to deny it and, say it was a lie. And who do y'all really believe? I believe my baby at the end of the day. And we sure Nay not lying? KK, I'm telling you, I believe her. I don't think she will be lying about something like this. Like, she came too sure of this. And how would she know exactly? Well, her and mama was actually really close. Like, everybody else lived hours away. And so, Nay and mama, they was in the same city. So I could see mama telling her something like that. I'm not taking anything away from Nay, but I'm just trying to be sure of this. I know she telling the truth. I know my baby at the end of the day. Well, let me get ready to confront, child. All right, let's do it.